Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Thea George and I'm here with Jan Pilbauer from Payments Canada. We're at Cybos 2016 in Geneva and we're talking about ISO 20022. Jan, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So there seems to be a bit of a change in the discussion around ISO 20022 out of North America, a move from pure coexistence to thinking more about adoption and implementation. What do you think is driving that change?
So while I really appreciate the US talking more openly about ISO 20022 because they are our largest trading partner, up north in Canada it has been a bit different because we have been engaged with SWIFT in ISO 20022 adoption or implementation project since 2012. And it's not widely known, but actually as of this year we are live with ISO 20022 on our retail payments. So our bulk payments as of April this year are capable of transferring richer remittance information, and that's pretty exciting. And the coexistence aspect is important. We are payments professionals, and sometimes I feel we forget about what payments do. And it's primarily for end users. And what we hear through our consultations and discussions with end users of payment systems, it has to be simple. And coexisting our old system or old standard with ISO 20022, that's not simple. It creates complexity and problems, and we basically want to move to just one platform which will meet the future needs. But we are live. We were the first one to sign harmonization charter with SWIFT, and it has been a while.
So tell me, what do you think the role of standards can be in helping the development of new technologies and then handling new regulations?
It's absolutely critical. For us, innovation is an important driver for the modernization of payments, of Canadian payments landscape, and we've seen it in the history. Usually when there is innovation and new technology emerges, there is a spurt of different standards, different things, but over time these things tend to merge together and consolidate again. So with ISO 20022, we are taking different approach, and I'm really happy about that.
So you already mentioned the progress you've made in Canada in terms of ISO 20022. Can you tell us a little bit about the next steps and the plan that you mentioned to get to full adoption?
ISO 20022, as I mentioned, is already implemented, it's live, however it's a market-driven adoption. So we are expecting corporate clients and other individuals and players in the ecosystem to build the case and push the business case for the financial institutions to start exchanging on ISO. So far, we haven't had a single message actually exchanged on ISO because it always takes two to dance in ISO. There is a bit of uncertainty in Canada because earlier this year we published something we called Vision for the Canadian Payments Ecosystem. And we knew we had to modernize, but before jumping to what kind of technology, what kind of systems we should implement, we wanted to take a step back and take the lens from the end user's perspective. And we spent quite a bit of time through a broad consultation, listening and talking to the end users, and we identified what are the needs for Canadians for the future. And that was a step which didn't talk about what Payments Canada should do, what the financial institutions should do, or what new incumbents like fintech players could bring into play. So there was a bit of uncertainty, and I think that's something which also slowed down a bit of the adoption of ISO 20022. Today or this week, we are in a different situation. We got approval from our board for our new roadmap for Canada. And we have 5 pillars which talk very clearly what are our next steps on the modernization journey. And there is clear indication that the legacy bulk payment system is something we want to continue enhancing, continue evolving, and we are also communicating clearly that there will be an end date for our proprietary old standard, and the target now is 2019. So by 2019, we would expect all the players in the bulk payments exchange to be on ISO 20022 without any coexistence with the legacy proprietary standard. We also put a stake in the ground that all our new and future new systems or enhanced systems would be on ISO 20022. So we take the standard very seriously because we feel this is a key pillar for what the Canadians expect.
Jan, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for watching.